So in this video, we are going to be looking at how we can use the TI-84 to solve our financial math problems, moving away from the idea of sequences now and just concentrating on the technology. So your calculator should have an app in it called the Finance app. And if you press the apps button, it's usually the top one. Okay, look, scroll down and find the one that says Finance, and look for that button, press enter, and you should see a screen that looks like this. Let me go through what all this means, and then we'll have a go at a few questions. So we are prompted to input lots of different things, and we need to know what they will mean first. And one of those things we'll be trying to find, and so we'll be able to solve the situation based on what you input to find the correct answer. So let's just quickly make sure we understand what all of these different things mean. So first thing is n. Well, n is the number of compounding periods. So if it's compounded annually, well, it'll just be the number of years. If it's compounded monthly, for example, and we have it over 2 years, then n would be 24 because we are using both bits of information to work out the total number of compounding periods. This I with a percentage is the yearly interest rate. PV represents the present value of the investment. Now, usually this is going to be negative for all the questions we're going to do, because it's like we're giving away the money. We've lost that money. We're putting it into the investment and taking it away from us. Okay, so that links to the future value, which will end up being positive, the amount that we receive at the end of the investment. So you'll see me today putting in a negative value for P of V, but the outcome is going to be positive. Right. If we were to put in extra payments, so we were paying, and every month we were paying $500, for example, then we'd input that here. And of course, this is the number of payments per year, and this is the number of compounding periods per year. And often in the questions you're going to see today, these are going to be the same because we're thinking about payments as though that interest being added on, right? So they're linked together, these values. And then this final option, we get to select either at the end or the beginning. It lets us choose between payments at the end of the time period or payments at the beginning of the time period. So for almost every question you guys see, it's going to be at the end of the time period. Now, you're going to forget all this. Don't worry. Well, let's just run through some examples and we'll start to see what this is all about. Okay, so Sally invests 15,000 into an account that pays 4.25 PA, so that means per annum, right, per year, but that's compounded monthly. How much is her investment worth after 5 years? Okay, so let's just jump in, and all we're going to do is fill out all of these pieces to know what we're going to be inputting into our financial app. So number of compounding periods. Well, it's compounded monthly for 5 years. So we've got 5 lots of 12. So n is going to be 60. Our interest rate per year, well, that's stated in the question. That's going to be 4.25. The present value of the investment. So we're giving away this 15,000 to be invested. So we're going to write negative 15,000. All right. Now let's just jump straight to F of V, the future value. That's what we're trying to find. I'm just going to leave that blank for a moment. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Okay, now then, the payment each time period, there isn't any additional payments. We're not investing. That 15,000 is just a static amount, although we are going to be adding compound interest, which is coming off in a minute. Right, the number of payments per year, okay, well, that is going to be 12, and the number of compounding periods per year is also going to be 12. And we are, of course, getting this at the end. So we're going to input all those values. Now, the one that we didn't have is this FV. That's what we're trying to find. So on your calculator, once you've inputted all that, scroll up until you're at this box, the FV box. And what you're going to do is you're going to press the alpha button and then enter. And you'll see it highlighted in green. the word solve, right? Okay, and it's going to solve it, and you should find that this future amount comes out at 18,544.53. All right, so $18,544.53. That is all you have to do. That is how much it is worth after 5 years. Okay. Now we've got the idea of that one. Let's carry on. Let's see if we can do a few more of these, right? And if you want to pause the video and just try and work out what all these values are to start with, that would be a great idea. So let's read this. Helena is investing money at a rate of 5.2% per annum. So straight away, we can write 5.2 there. Now, it's compounded quarterly, which means 4 times a year, and it's going to be 3 for 3 years. So 4 times 3 is 12. There is our number of compounding periods. Right, okay. Now, we do not know what was invested. That is what the question is asking us. How much does she need to deposit now? So this is where we're going to solve from. We can leave this blank, all right, okay? Let's write the word solve there. We'll come back to that at the end. Now then, we're not adding any extra payments in. It's all going to be inputted at the beginning. The future value that we're aiming for is 5,000. And those compounding payments per year, we're just going to type a 4 in those because it's compounded quarterly. It's per year. And of course, we're going to get this at the end. So we press and we scroll right back up to the PV. We are going to press alpha and solve, and it will give us the answer negative 4282.10. And so how much should she invest now? She should be investing 4,282. Okay, and remember what I said about the negative symbol? That's just because we're giving it away. The positive value is the answer here. All right, let's carry on. Let's keep going and thinking about this. Every time I want you to pause this video and keep thinking about what you're going to be inputting in each one of these values. Okay. So jumping straight in, we've got we're trying to find an investment that started at 4,000. So let's jump straight in and say we've got negative 4,000 there, look, as our present value. And it's going to end at 10,000. So we've got a future value of 10,000. We know that the interest rate is at 6.45 per year. Now, it's we don't know this, do we? We don't know the number of compounding periods. So this is the part we're going to solve from here. Right, what else? We don't have any extra payments. We are having 2 compounding periods, so 2 extra additions of money every year. And this is going to be happening at the end. So this is what we should be typing in. You are going to scroll up to the N. You're going to press alpha and then enter to get a solve. And the number that you should see is 28.86. Now, that is approximately 29 compounding periods. So if they're getting compounded half yearly, well, that corresponds to 14.5 years. And that is the length of the investment. Right, let's move on. Let's keep doing more and more examples. Last one now. So pause the video, see if you can work out what information is going to be inputted into which box. So, well, let's read it through. So he deposits 5,000 into an account. That's the first bit of information. So we're clearly going to have negative 5,000 here. And later, the account balance is 6,000. So our future value is going to be 6,000. Right, we're not having any extra payments in this example either. Now then, we've got, what else do we have? Well, we can work out N, can't we? Because we're compounding monthly and it's 2.5 years. So 2.5 times 12, well, that's going to be 30 months. So N is going to be 30. Now, the thing we're trying to find here is the annual rate of interest. So we'll be pressing the solve button when we're hovering above the I%. So we'll come back to that bit. Now then, we are compounding monthly. So those payments are coming in monthly. So we've got 12 and 12 there. This is happening we're getting this money at the end. So therefore, we just have to scroll back now to the I%, press alpha and then enter, and we should come out with the percentage being 7.32%. Okay, so hopefully that helps you to understand how to use that finance app to solve these kinds